Hello, everybody. This is Varun Madiyal. Thank you for joining me in this discussion of data-driven mindset in healthcare analytics. Allow me to share my screen. I hope you can see my screen. Okay. First of all, a quick introduction about myself. Who am I? I am Varun Madiyal, born and brought up in a small village named Shirwa. It is about 10,000 households, and it is in the southern part of India. I did my engineering in this beautiful college where you can see plenty of greenery in the surroundings. Post that, from southern India, I traveled all the way back to the north, the capital city of India, New Delhi, where I started my professional career. After a few years, I got an opportunity to work in Hong Kong to serve one of my clients. Since then, I've been working in Hong Kong. I worked in regional role as well as the local market role. And I work closely with 16 entities in Asia market, including Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Japan, Korea, India, Macau, Hong Kong, Philippines, Australia, and New Zealand. Every market with its own challenges, its own critical aspects. So all this while I have been working in insurance and healthcare industry. That is where I realized the importance of data to solve lots of burning problems. I did my post-graduation diploma as well as master's in machine learning and AI. And since then, I have been working on several data and digital solutions for insurers and reinsurers. Currently, I'm also working on doctoral research on metaverse in healthcare. A very, very interesting topic, a lot of use cases. But that's a discussion for another day. So in a nutshell, I help to build digital and data solutions in life and health and medical insurance product. Data visualization, ML, AI, wearables, blockchain, metaverse are the topics which is super, super close to my heart. All righty. So that's all about me. Let's dig into the topic of our interest for today. After being in the industry for so long, I realized the success of an initiative not depending on the technology, not depending on the consultants as well, not on the expensive IT system, but the mindset of the people. I love this quote from Wayne Dyer, an American author. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. So when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Very deep meaning. It's not necessarily the literal meaning here, because sometimes we have a virtual blanket over across the eyes. So irrespective of how bright the room is or how powerful binocular you use, one may not be able to see what is out there. Give it a thought, friends. Do you agree? Not convinced? Let us take some case studies. These case studies where I have personally experienced. So yeah, I have a lot of stories behind it. So let's go one by one. I'll give you a few seconds to understand here. So maybe you can think some context. Or maybe, let me give some context. Okay, here it is. Two of the most hardworking people with by doing all the heavy lifting in the organization, more often maybe by manual means. They are passionate about the company, always gives more than 100%. Everything is good. Now, another employee from strategic projects comes and says, "Hey guys, you know, this automation script can help you seamlessly complete your current work in 50% less time and 80% less effort. Why don't you give it a try?" Now the star employees, the poor fellows, don't even give a look. They don't even see what is being presented. They just walk away saying, "Hey, thank you so much. But you can see it, right? We are too busy for this. Have plenty of work in hand." Ouch. Have you ever come across such situation? I'm sure you do. I'm sure. Let us take another example. This is an interesting one. See, the change comes with disruption, no doubt about it. This is an example of a traditional company where employees are executing their task perfectly fine for decades. Suddenly, the head of department comes from a lateral hire who has worked across the globe, comes from rich and niche experience in the field, proposes new technology where he or she can see potential for the future and can see huge value to the organization in the days to come. However, the same employees who has given everything to the organization start to oppose it. No, no, and big no. Let us look at one more scenario. See, all these scenarios I have seen in the market. Some of them may be experienced, some of them my colleagues or friends from other organization have told. I'm sure some of these you also might have experienced. This is another one. To give a context, okay. So this is an insurance company where one of the function is using Excel tables to analyze all the top line and bottom line figures. After compiling multiple sources, cleaning it, filtering it, and everything, come up with a beautiful dashboard. As it needs so much of manual task, this dashboard is published only once in 6 months. Okay. So now the data analytics team who works for 2 months tirelessly come up with an automated dashboard, real time, interactive, even more KPIs to track, much more clean looking, lean looking. They're using one of the powerful visualization tool and they present it to this function. Everyone is praising to the core. Wow, amazing, beautiful, great work. This is gorgeous looking dashboard and whatnot. So all good, right? I wish so. I could say it's all good, but the problem is no one is using it. After a few days, no one even opened this dashboard. They still go back to their old ways of generating the report. After a few months, this analytics head who initiated this dashboard moved to another company, and slowly everyone forgets such. Everyone forgets it. After a few years, no one even knows such thing even existed. Why it is happening? Any idea? Why? And at whose loss? We have seen three scenarios, and I am 100% sure at least one, if not all, might have happened in your organization. Or you might have personally experienced it at all. There are several more scenarios I can talk about, but the crux of it is all same, isn't it? To summarize, what makes people not see the value of it? Why they say I am too busy for it? Why they say I will always say no? Why they say it's not for me? Why? Why? As I said earlier, the success of an initiative is not depending on the technology, not on the consultants, not on the expensive IT system. It's the mindset of the people. The mindset is the answer. Then you may ask, okay, Varun, why this mindset is happening? Have you thought about it? Any guesses? This mindset is coming from ignorance. Yes, the ignorance. Do you know how much this ignorance will cost you? The ignorance is the highly ignored item here. We will go in detail. So the mindset and the ignorance. I can guarantee you the cost of ignorance will cost much, much higher than the cost of implementing that data project. It is just that you may not have measured it. If you did, you would have been shocked. So the mindset is due to the ignorance, and the ignorance is due to data literacy. The lack of it, the lack of data literacy. This is the root cause of this. How deep is the problem? I have taken this topic as my talk today because I feel for it deeply. I consider this is the number one problem impacting the data-driven transformation. Yes, I truly believe so. This is the number one problem impacting any transformation, especially the data one. You don't believe me, huh? You better be, because it's not just me, Varun, who is talking. Many others too have found similar things. Let's take few insight from Lead with Data report from Click. They have showed some mind-boggling statistics on data literacy issue. Here we have 6 of them. Let's go one by one. Nearly 1 in 4 person Only 1 in 4 person is fully confident on their ability to read, analyze, work, understand, argue, and decide based on data. Only 1 in 4 person. Imagine. Next one. Approximately only 1 in 3 C-level executives were viewed as data literate. Only 1 in 3. What's the impact of it? You will get less traction from top management to educate the workforce on data. You get lesser push for the data project. Next one is worrying me. Only 1 in 5 of 16 to 24-year-old are data literate. That means you have a huge workforce knocking the doors, but they are not skilled at data. Imagine the impact it would create going forward. The schools and universities are failing to ensure students have these necessary skills. Isn't it worrying? It's frightening. Hard to believe, isn't it? This is the bitter truth, my friend. The bitter truth. So you may ask, Varun, what about those who have the data literacy? Is there any positive impact at all? Fair question. The report has the answer for that as well. So 85% of data literate people are performing well compared to only 50% of a wider workforce. 85% of data literate people. Look at the competitive advantage an organization will have if all of its employees are data literate. Next one, 94%. 94, that's massive. 94% of the people who are data literate believe knowing data helps them to do their job even better. They think knowing data gives them better credibility at organization. What a phenomenal number and a phenomenal outcome. The next one is good. Out of four out of 5 employees wants to invest their time and energy in honing their data skills. 4 to 5 employees wants to do that. So huge gap we can see in data literacy. And for me, I see it as a huge opportunity to uplift people into the data literacy bracket. If you are still not convinced, there is a number on tangible impact as well. Everyone loves the dollar value, right? So this is from the 2020 Human Impact of Data Literacy report from Click and Accenture. And the quote, I quote, when accounting for data-induced procrastination and sick leave due to stress resulting from information, data, and technology issues, companies lose an average of more than 5 working days per employee per year. Yeah. So what's the dollar value? In US alone, it will impact over 100 billion per year. UK, 10 billion pounds. France, 10 billion euros. Germany, 21 billion euros. India, over 300 billion rupees. Singapore, 5 billion Singapore dollar. Japan, 1.6 trillion yen. Australia, nearly 14 billion Australian dollar. Look at the pattern. We have only seen few entities here, few markets. But there is a consistent pattern across different geographies. What pains me, today in corporate job, everyone is well versed with PowerPoint, Excel, Word, Outlook, email, etc. It's a must have skill and everyone has it. Okay. But it was not the case 2.5 decades back. I remember one of my close friend, I'm also his mentee. He's a veteran in management consulting and told me in late 90s, not everyone, 1990s, yeah, late 1990s. So it's like 98, 99. During that time, not everyone had the access to their personal computer at work. There used to be only few common computers at work, and employees used to log in and do the software development from that common computers. Even the email access was limited to just one person, usually the head of function. But see how much we have evolved over the years. I have been advocating for last several years that in coming days, BI and visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, Click, or anything like this will be as common as using Microsoft Word. It will be the basic necessity to do your work. And it will be in no code platform. So you don't need to know the coding language or coding knowledge, but you need to know the data knowledge. For sure, data knowledge you must know. The time has come to put the same level of investment of time and energy on upskilling our workforce. The time has come. Otherwise, the cost of inaction is massive. You just saw the dollar value. Day on day, month on month, year on year, massive amount of leakage. It's like throwing the money out of the window each and every second. I'm sure you don't want to do that, do you? So by now, I believe, I hope, I trust all of us realize the importance of creating data-driven mindset. So what is the way forward? How do we change the mindset? How do we stop throwing money out of window? First, let us see the ecosystem. The three P's of our healthcare system: provider, the hospitals, doctor, pharmacy, drug manufacturers, labs, technology provider like CT scan or wearables. Second is the patient. And the third is the payer. This is the insurance and reinsurance companies who foot the bill if the treatment is covered by insurance. Massive data literacy work need to be done in all three P's here. And that's why all these P's need to combine as another P called partners. Everyone is evolving. Everyone is getting technologically savvy. Everyone is adopting and implementing the latest data tools. We can't work in silos. Industry as a whole need to come closer and work together for a better tomorrow. We have to convert no to now. Because if not now, then when? I'm stating the obvious because I know the problem. I have experienced it. I have solved it. I have gained massive amount of benefit out of it. I want all my peers to develop this mindset. So together we learn, together we shine, and together we win. So we have seen the problem. We have seen the root cause. We have seen the impact of the problem if we don't take decisive action. So the moot question here, how do we solve the problem? How? The good news, I already have a proven formula to solve it. Have developed it, tested it, implemented over the years. This is a proven 4T formula for improvising data-driven mindset, transforming data-driven mindset, data literacy in the organization. Let us see one by one. The first wheel of the 4T formula is talk. There should not be hiding away from this problem. We should have a transparent discussion within the organization, within the employees, to make them realize and also understand their status, their viewpoint, their thinking on this matter. We should have an educated civil discussion to make everyone on the same page. 90% of the time, we don't get people's buy-in because they don't realize the potential in data. And it's not their fault. We have to help each other. We have to help everyone. The next wheel is test. We have to assess every single individual to test where they stand in their understanding of the data. Ability to read, define, decide, demand based on data. There can't be a single state for everyone. Each individual will have a varied degree of understanding. So need to test and assess to make them realize their current standing. Hope it makes sense. The next wheel, obviously, the training. The test assessment will feed into customized training curriculum. This should be the part of job itself. It can't be same for everyone. It must be personalized. It should not be like, hey, Varun, you have 30 modules. Please complete it in 30 days. Zero value, zero use from such method. We should not read data courses. We should use data courses. Not read, but use. It should be a practical and practice based training program, which will give a huge benefit for everyone. It's not like reading a novel. And finally, each of these steps should be repeated at regular interval, ideally once in 6 months or at least on annual basis. So now there should be a glue which binds each of these wheels together. This fourth wheel, without this, no one will practice. None of these methods will give a fruitful result. And that is trust. Each and every step here should be transparent, trust based, and it should be mutual. There is no shame in admitting what I don't know, but there should be a hunger to learn. We don't have to know everything, but should believe in our ability to figure things out. Trust at every layer is crucial. And it should be two-way trust. I can guarantee this will show you result within 6 months. Massive transformation will happen at unimaginable pace at every layer of the organization. Of course, there is a very detailed granular sub-steps inside each of these wheels, and that is for implementation phase, which we can't cover in this short session today, but I'm giving a flavor of it out of it. These steps will create an army of data citizens within the ecosystem, which will only do good to all of us. It is the time to break the mindset barrier. We have to break the mindset barrier. Mark Twain said, two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you discover why. I am discovering my why. I am in a mission to create a million data-driven minds. I am in a mission to create a million data literate tribe. I am on a mission to create 1 million data citizens. I want this topic to be discussed within every board meeting, within every lunch catch-ups, within every project meeting, because time is ticking, my friend. Every second lost is a lost opportunity. With that, thank you so much for your support and patience to listen to this topic. I am Varun Madiyal. I can be reached in LinkedIn, or feel free to reach me out through my bio link page. I love interact with like-minded people. For nearly 13 odd years, I was away from social media limelight, and just from January of this year, I realized, okay, what a waste of knowledge if I don't share it with the world. So I'm happy that I joined LinkedIn, and within last 3 months, my posts have reached nearly 200,000 people. I have several mentees today who want to genuinely learn and apply themselves in the market. And of course, several people reached out to collaborate with a single aim, with a single mission, and that is to build data citizens. Together we can, and together we will. With that, I'm signing off. Thank you. God bless you all.